Sorry, you don't want to. Wow, way to limit me. So, a little bit of my. I just realized what's going to happen. I think I remember this properly. Like cavalry in the front, ogres, and orcs back. Oh, here comes the noise set that I know that's engraved into my head. This is so beautiful. You'll hear this so much. Oh god, they clipped into each other. That doesn't happen usually.
Infantry, form up.
Guys, I'm trying to display your game. You didn't even do this last time. This is my fault. This is my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Archers.
Ready, go!
Fire. Catapult. Infantry, charge.
Alright, here we go. Alright, you could just tell that there was so much care put into that intro scene. And the thing about these intro scenes is that they sometimes actually do run off the normal unit pathing, so it actually looks like the units were in the battle. So you leader hunt orcs very well. When you can do it, it definitely speeds up battles. And when it's extremely obvious, like with a orc rider commanding a group, it's unbelievably hilarious how quickly you can kill a group. Hey, look, a paladin troop. Alright, so, a couple of things about my previous background on the game. Oh wow, did they wipe out that entire troop? No, they couldn't have. There's no way they could have done that. A little bit about my previous background of the game is that I have had this game since 2014, I believe somewhere around its release date. I got it for a bargain price of like $10, I think, and I loved this game ever since I began to play it. I never really completed it until recently, and I completed it again very recently. And then I also completed Heroes, so this game is actually beautiful to me, and I absolutely love it. But I'll talk more about Heroes by the time I get to it. Right now, I'm going to be talking about this with slight comparisons to Heroes, because I will be doing the playthrough at the same time, so y'all should be somewhat in the loop of what I'm talking about. If not, I apologize greatly. Talking a bit too fast, I know.
Ah, Paladin.
Yes.
Cast some healing spells on us.
Sorry, I wanted to say shit about this game constantly. Curatio! But, oh no, this is something else. Bless and Heal, I believe. Removes all debuffs and is absolutely terrible. You might as well just keep casting Curatio.
To the walls.
Move. Let's go.
Soldiers will be wiped out. Oh, whoops! I know too much about this game. I played Gerald's campaign about 50 times, I think, maybe 100 or 200. Probably, it's pretty much the thing I played the most. I never actually beat this game fully when I was a kid. I would usually just play a fair amount of it and then stop, and then replay it again when I picked it up some other time. That was weird when I was a kid when I played games. Although it did kind of help me later on because I got very enticed into stories. So, it's kind of neat. I didn't spot that. Fuck. I'll have to see that later. Where did that orc infantry go? Oh, there she is. She's on the shield. Yikes. Oh, stop slashing at me. Let me slashy at you. Oh, fuck. For those of you who don't know, since I did just say I was going to do someone in order, in Heroes they added the ability to down attack enemies, down enemies, which is awesome and a very necessary addition to the game. Although slightly clunky and not very well executed, but did work very well. Because as you saw there, I tried to slash through some random bullshit on the ground and flared my AX, which is, I believe, Rupert or Helen. Helen, not Helen. Oh, hello, Orc. I'm just slashing your face, and let's just use the hero charge. Boom! Damn thing fell. Yep. Paladins, are you gonna cast Cure Ratio? Paladins, casting Cure Ratio! No.
Open formation.
No.
Move.
Nope. Okay, fuck you, Paladins.
Let's go.
Alright. I don't know if I'm skipping things that I've said because I'm trying to rush through this. Because I want to get this done before 3 a.m. I've been usually recording extremely late, and when I record extremely late, it doesn't usually end. It gets a little bit iffy sometimes with my returns. I start to get a little bit loopy and just talk stupid shit. Hello, Fire. I don't recall you. Is that something that I have spoiled earlier? That just going to show up?
Many sappers left.
Those swine are cutting through.
Keep them away from the sappers.
As you saw during that cutscene, it actually allowed me to click. So that's what I did. And I believe this is a familiar character that's going to have a deep, meaningful conversation.
Province of Exton. Soon will be the dead elf of Osmond. Province of Hell.
Catus scum.
Prepare to be vanquished, human. Right. Typical warmongering human trash. Warm. And what was the annihilation of Grey Hat? Oh, I wouldn't know.
They were my countrymen.
It's a pity.
Don't push me.
Alright, that's one thing that you've noticed, that you probably noticed, that he didn't have a health bar until the game allowed him to. That doesn't seem like this big of a deal now, because it's level 1, and I'm a level 3 unit, and it's not that big of a deal. I'm 3 times their level. Actually, no, not. I am 2 levels higher, I'm not 3 times their level. That wouldn't work.
Let's go.
But, you get the point. Wait, sappers are wiped out. Great. They didn't do a good job with it.
Open formation.
Anyways, that's pretty much the long-running theme of AI. They don't do a very good job. The enemy AI is spot on. It's terrible and scary at the same time, because as you're probably noticing the combat and how it works, as how when I engage into combat, I switch from RTS to third-person cinematic camera view fighting, hack and slash action hero game. That does work very well for this series, and I was actually surprised and blown away when I first saw this. Probably some people are like, wow, damn, when they first see this, because this is awesome for 2004. This is really awesome. This was actually awesome for 2015, which is coming out recently, and I'm going to try not to cry when I talk about it, but if you want to know what I'm talking about, look at the video on it, which I probably should have up and now. As stated in this video, I have to have it up now, so I'm forced to do that video. Kind of regretting, but still, whatever. I'll do it after I get a little bit of, I believe, Heroes done? This game is Kingdom Under Fire: The Crusaders, in case you weren't curious or did not decide to read the title. I just realized I didn't state that. There was a fucking leader. Anyways, that's something that'll happen very commonly in this game, is that you'll go through 90% of the enemy's troop, and then realize, oh, there was a leader that looked exactly the same as the entire troop. Fuck. They save yourself a couple seconds. Paladins, fuck you, we're at half health, and we actually lost a member. You're not using Curatio still, you can go fuck yourselves. In your case, you're curious, the reason I'm opening my formation and keeping instead of closing my formation or keeping my formation standard is when you're in open formation, you run faster, which is very important, and I got lucky and found the leader instantly to make this even quicker. Yes. Oh wow, she just popped up in this game. Never mind, I believe you can actually attack enemies on the ground, they just pop back up stupidly. That is something to know. I didn't notice that until recently.
Rupert, where's the captain?
Pushing up daisies.
Are the sappers wiped out?
Yep.
Afraid so.
We still have archers, though.
Good.
Damn. We can't breach the wall without the sappers. Have the archers join us. We'll move to the center and support the catapults.
Open formation. Archers of
All troops, to the catapults.
Alright, now we're getting a bit more complex, but only very slightly so. Which is where you get to command multiple troops, and that's where this game shines. In this game and Heroes, you can command up to 4 troops, with the exception of 2 support units, which don't really count until Heroes, because you'll see why. They're not really important in this game, except for one mission at the very end. That's about it. They're kind of useful, but generally you can do with just the units the 4 units you bring into the battle. Should be
All
enough.
that's left is the north side.
Paladins are so
What was that
fucking
sound?
worthless.
Might have been me. I'm hungry.
Good camera work.
Cavalry archers.
One of my favorite units in the entire game. Oh, shut up.
Archers, hit them before they're out of range.
Close your formation already.
Select troops to command
Damn
with
it.
the left or right triggers.
They're not closing their formation because I'm probably not allowed to. Yeah, I'm not allowed to.
Awaiting order.
Wow, that did way more damage than it should have. Arrows blocked by trees. You can't find them in the locator. Why am I having so much trouble? Oh, it's because they're ahead of. That was silly of me. They don't have a leader because you're not supposed to leader kill them, so it's being weird and thinking that the leader's ahead, but not. And this is taking forever. But it's introducing you as saying that you do not need to use spearmen if you don't want to. Because archers work well, they're just slower. Okay, that was taking too long. I had to widen the target area. Something it doesn't tell you, but it doesn't need
Let
to.
it go, archers.
To the north?
Yes. We can't afford to lose the northern catapults. They're our last hope to take down the wall. Move out.
Oh, I guess they did close their formation. Look at that. So it was taking no damage. You can have an ASP to gain. But also, it was a scripted event, not supposed to be able to do anything. Alright, once the battles start getting more interesting, I'll start talking about other things apart from mechanics and minor shit. This is so infuriating how everything's just level 1, which is why they fixed that in Heroes, but they also did some crazy shit in Heroes, which I can understand, but still weird. I can still say that. It's kind of odd, but whatever. I think they actually do it in this game too, the later campaigns, but I think, you know what, it kind of makes sense. Gerald is supposed to be the weak one. The low-ranked officer, I believe, at this point, and it's more interesting that way. Catapults. Yeah, hey, fuck, I didn't even notice the giant pig in armor riding another pig in armor. I magically didn't notice that for some reason. I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say, but completely lacking. Paladins, you are not even healing yourself.
Charge in when the catapults bring
God, they're
down the
so
wall.
useless.
Move.
It's not a good idea to be that close to walls while catapults will be firing at said walls. Just saying, but sure. I'll line my formation just in case, though. Oh, he said all troops, didn't he? You will notice some cuts eventually in when I get into combat, because combat is very repetitive if you're not actually... excuse me. If you're not actually doing it. It is very boring and not really fun to watch. Like if you did a whole playthrough of a Dynasty Warriors game, and like did the whole series in a row, people would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Down. They're ours.
Which is kind of the point. So I'm going to be fast forwarding through eventually some of these fights when it gets a bit too much to take,
Let's go.
which I hopefully will be able to spot. But other people will have different patience than others, and I have very long patience, so it'll typically be when I stop talking during the fight, is when I'll start skipping forward. Not skipping forward, but fast forward. Because I wouldn't want you to miss out on me gently going forward
Leave none alive.
and slashing. Some of the characters, it's not best to do intricate combos. Sometimes it's usually just best to do 1 or 2 slashes, and A every now and then, and eventually Y. It'll get more interesting as the characters get more interesting. That's a good thing about the game. See if I can leader hunt and maybe get 2 units. I doubt it though. She is being a bitch and blocking a fuck ton. Ah, no! Come on, come on, come on.
Retreat, retreat, attack, attack. Let's go. Move that way. Charge.
Ah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get her. I'm not gonna make 2. I almost never. I got it once. And got 2 kills once. You're not meant to get that many. It's an early mission. They wouldn't want you. Capital? Our catapults are moving towards the wall. Anyways, weird things aside. Are they moving in closed? No, they're not. They're moving in standard. Why? Eh, whatever. AI doesn't know much about standard and wide heroes when they abuse it. In some small scenarios. Well, I engaged both of them in combat. Ah, no, I didn't. Damn. Alright, so this is the best I'm gonna get. I don't want to do the counter. Because that, you see how I have a personal health bar? The personal health bar, the only time it matters is when you're dead, pretty much. When you're downed, and you're not even dead, when you're downed, your team, your units, I don't know why I used the word team, your unit doesn't get any buffs from you during that time. Your character on, which pretty much counts for his gear on himself. That's all that happened, and you can get back up within a second, so it really doesn't matter. Some characters have better counters than others, which is why I don't do it with Gerald, because his is just a sword slash, so unless I'm purposely trying my hardest to counter, I'm not going to counter. Just waiting for this last unit to retreat so I can end the mission. This is supposed to happen, by the way. You're not supposed to get these guys. They're on full retreat before the walls even go down.
And we'll get that bastard yet.
Ooh, I didn't know you can do
Sort this
that.
out and report to me back at camp.
I'm clicking the right stick right now. Still not enough experience, fuck. So disappointing.
By your valor, Raven Meadow is the first victory in our crusade. I commend you. We will camp here tonight.
Woo! Advanced base.
Gerald, General Hugh is looking for you. Probably a promotion, eh?
That'll be the day.
No one deserves it more.
Thanks, old man. But I'm not holding my breath.
Well, I hope you get promoted. That way I can say I served.
You're a good man, Rupert. Don't believe what the others say.
Why, if it isn't General Gerald?
Walter. Not Walter.
No. Walden.
Walton,
What
thank you.
brings you here?
Been a long time.
Walden's a fucker.
Rupert, still at Gerald's side? I mean, General Gerald. I hear promotion is in the air.
What is it that you want, Walden?
Touchy. Don't forget that we're in this thing together. I simply wanted to congratulate you.
Well, it's a bit premature. I have to go now. You understand.
Yes, well, I have to get going too, General.
I met him 10 years ago. I thought he was such a jerk. I was right. Hey, what others?
I better report to Hugh. Get some rest, Rupert. We're gonna need it.
Awesome. I believe now I'm going to start to get more
Gerald,
reins
your
taken
wise
off me.
decisions were
No,
key
wait,
for
I'll
this
still have
victory.
reins.
Had the front line been eliminated, we would have been forced.
He actually only reacted with the only possible things he could do. Go check the sappers. Sappers dead. Go check the catapults. Catapults dead. Go check other catapults. Catapults alive. Win. It's kind of basic, I'm just
Thank
saying.
you, sir.
Another thing, Gerald, we interrogated a dark, and we've got something.
Good.
Tell me.
Tell me. See.
Rainier's troops are headed this way.
Fuck.
The leader who escaped us at Raven Meadow. He alone holds the plans for this attack.
Oh yeah, I guess the words
This
Rainier
leader is
doesn't
in
mean
Greywood
much.
Forest.
How do we know any of this is true, sir?
One of our scouts has seen a head camp there.
Awesome.
We need those plans, Gerald.
I understand. And I have a score to settle with this leader.
Good man. You leave in the morning. A spearman troop will accompany you there.
Fuck you, Walden.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be going together tomorrow, right?
So you've heard. Fine. Saves me the trouble telling you.
Are you quite satisfied that our frontline troops died to bring you to glory?
Nope.
You insult me and their memory. They fought for what they believed in.
He says that kind of offhand, like, they fought for what they believed, and just walks away.
You are so naive. Gerald, do you know why we are going to the Holy Ground?
Because of Clesia told us to.
I'm a soldier, Walden. It's not my place to ask such things.
Why do you think His Majesty is interested in this war?
To gain credit with Clesia and profit.
To take back what we never should have lost, I suppose.
I'm sorry that you actually believe that. Gerald, this conquest is far from holy and even farther from honorable. Your troops should know this.
Most of them believe what everyone
That's
else
your
believes.
opinion. But I know that no one wants to die without a righteous cause. And anyway, my hatred against those bastards burns, regardless of religion.
Be careful, Gerald. You have a history of turning your back on religion and using troops for personal reasons. Your parents had to find out the hard way. Don't let history repeat itself.
You speak another word about my parents and I'll kill you where you stand.
Calm down, my old friend. You need to blow off some steam. Try visiting the barracks.
Offhanded tutorial remarks.
Your advice is noted. Just keep my parents out of this.
Aye, General Gerald.
You can purchase equipment and abilities
I didn't
at the
put
barracks.
quotations in that one.
It would be wise to visit there after each battle.
And up front. Tutorial marks for a character that shouldn't have even been in that conversation. I mean, who walks up to someone and just says, you can purchase equipment and abilities at the barracks. It would be wise to visit there after each battle. Thanks. Ellen? Would you please back the fuck off? That'd be awesome though if people actually did that. I would love to get hints from rangers that just ran about my day. Actually, I would probably get extremely irritating after 2 minutes. But still. Eldrick, what do you want from me? What do you have? What secrets do you have? Skills, blah blah. You don't need to see that. One thing I really liked about this game is that if you notice the pictures, they were a good touch. They didn't need to do those. They really didn't. Archangel, get the fuck out! I love the idea of an Archangel bestowing itself on the battlefield and everyone running away like cowards. Okay, I believe I should read this because it's the most important part about the fucking game. It's when all that shit comes around and ends up. Change job! The job of this troop can be changed if it is the leader's skill level. Means that the job requirement. If the leader's skill requirement. I cannot talk. Skill bonuses added by equipments do not get counted for their requirement. The troop's current equipment will be stripped down as the job changes. Unequipped items will be stored in the inventory. So here's the amazing part about all this. With restricted troops, you cannot change. Like you'll be needing longbow in the future. So you're forced to have longbow because this is the tutorial campaign. They don't really do that for many others, trust me. Especially not in Heroes. One thing I should note is that this is unattainable. Many people will go for this immediately because Battle that's massive, that's awesome. And it's really easy to get to. 9, 9, and 9. Which is pretty easy to get to once you see how the experience system works. In the long run, it ends up being a complete and total failure. Because look at what it is. Melee, ranged, and gunpowder. There is nothing else that requires melee, ranged, and gunpowder. At all. So you end up wasting a lot of experience on something that's fucking useless, because look at this. Change not allowed. You're not allowed to change to that troop. You cannot change the job of this troop. There's a difference between change not allowed and you cannot change the job of this troop. And also, need more skill level. Sucks, it really does in the long run. You'll see how that can piss people off later on. I think I want to go to heavy infantry, maybe not knights. Hold on, I'll go to 10 first. No, I won't be able to. Damn it.
We're going on a search mission in the morning.
For what? Did Hugh lose his keys? I'll pass.
It seems we know where to locate the Dark Leader who evaded our capture.
A searching crackheads mission. That's different.
Where to?
Greywood Forest. General Hugh has dispatched a spearman troop to join us. We leave early, so grab as much sleep as you can.
Spearmen. Walden's boys.
Unfortunately.
Also knights.
Then I'd watch my back if I were you.